Clear day, you can see forever on a clear day. I like that song. Barbara Streisand nails it. Of course, that's old school music. So, on this clear day, I got some clear thoughts I want to unfold to the fam, to the tribes, to the visitors, to everyone who stops by. I'm going to give you a quick rundown on how we got in the position. Quick, and that means it's not going to be thorough, and there's going to be parts left out. But I want you to begin your research. This is our country. Not only were the 10 presidents so-called black, but the first U.S. president name is Washington. Now, don't you see that name Washington among us as a people? I have never seen any Europeans named Washington. Name me some Europeans named Washingtons because it's the Washita, the oldest tribe in history. So that's our country. Everything began to be destroyed, taken away, stolen. Then the party of Lincoln, not that Lincoln was our friend, but the party of Lincoln was a republic, is a republic, forever will be the republic. A Republican form of government is guaranteed to every state. That's in the Constitution. Find it. Find in the Constitution any place about democracy. I'll wait. So with the assassination of Kennedy, the old guard saw a chance to switch to loyalty because it's always been about the votes of us. We always had the votes. So they had to make us love one party, political party, and hate the other. They made us hate the Republican Party. Now, I never voted. I'm not talking about me personally. I'm talking about me as a people. They had made us hate the Republican Party and love the Democratic Party. Johnson did this. Yeah, he did this. And The most thing he said he did was, well, I was living, I know what he did. He signed the Civil Rights Bill, which is not freedom. If you got to have civil rights, that means you don't have your constitutionally protected rights. If you got to use civil rights, it means you do not have your U.S. constitutional protected rights. It's unalienable, meaning they can't be taken away because they wasn't given to you by no one. You born with them from the Creator. But we don't want you to know about that. We're going to give you civil rights, which is not a right. It's become a privilege, means something they can give and take away. So there's so much to this. Let me see if I can shorten it before these people start coming on. Now, when I grew up in our communities, we didn't have any crime. I've heard of one crime in all my growing up years, and that was when I was about 15. Uh, they say some little black boys locked up a white boy in the icebox. And I don't believe that. But anyway, they executed the youth, and it was a wake, and everybody around the community went to this house to see him. I mean, that's how we were then. We was really in support of each other. To see him at the wake, and it's casted. I went. I remember. I can't remember his name. So on a clear day, I can see forever. So since there was no crime, no need for police. Oh, and police that started wearing, showing guns, weapons in about 1970s after we started walking around with them. On what food told us to do that. So we went into the Capitol building. Now you tell me that's not a psyop. Going to the California government house with your weapons. And you think they're not going to put legislation against wearing weapons publicly? So that's where the police started showing their weapons because they didn't know what you had. And I was overseas, so I missed the drug epidemic. No, I wasn't overseas. I was right here. I was working in our communities. But that's what the avenue they left you out. They left you for is that we're gonna keep jobs from them. Cause before you can get a job any time, any place. I remember just getting a phone book, calling up places, asking for work. I get a job that day. I wanted to work, yeah, I'd get a job, work, did I got the money I needed. It wasn't something I needed to work, but that was cut off. So what do you do with young people who want to improve themselves, who want to have things? You import drugs in, and you tell them that's the only way out. Yeah, that was a trap. Then you hike, you make the criminal sentence higher for them than anybody else. Biden did that. Look at the heightened crime bill. See, he was back there in the day with these demon rats, Eastland, Fibers. Mm-hmm. Tom Thurman, ex-president Biden was right there with him. Call us animals. But you don't know that. You wasn't even born. So they're not going to tell you that. So let's move the story along. Now they tell you education is the key. But really you get miseducated because all you learn to do is to come out and get a job. And you've been taught in education, you get a job to buy a car and to buy a house from the Tamahu. And you call yourself being civilized. While all civilized people are producing, but you've been taught away from producing anything. We as a people, they have taken that away. When I grew up, we had schools where we had something called industrial arts, where you can learn construction or sheet metal or electrical engineering, plumbing, industrial skills, skills that you can build your own business under and pass it down to your family. That was taken away. Now you got to get in these big unions if you can get in. So that's it. That's it in the short run. You've been put in a place where you're perpetrating your own enslavement. And there's much more to this story. Just want to give you something to start thinking about. How you hire to the tribes.